Sorry, we can talk about the anime forever. Let's play the game.
Fight it out, boys.
Game.
Let's do it.
So when I look at fighting games, one of the first things that I'm trying to think about is balancing here. Obviously, off the anime, All Might is the #1 hero. He's the strongest one here. But you're probably gonna try to not make him that way in this game.
Yeah, we wanted to be fair for casual and those hardcore fans of the series. Although, All Might is #1 hero, we wanted to be able to have, players play as some of the other characters against him and make it a fair fight.
Do we ever see skinny All Might?
We'll be sharing more info
We'll be
about
sharing
that
more info
soon.
on
Okay.
our social
I
channels.
feel like we're gonna hear that a lot during this interview.
That's okay. I'm still gonna ask all of them. You guys can just turn me down every time.
One of the coolest things about this game is you have your main character, but you also have these 2 sidekick characters that you can use. And those sidekick characters will come out and use their quirk to aid you however you want in your battle.
So sort of like Sis in Marvel vs. Capcom, except you can't summon them.
Right, exactly.
Or you can't play as them,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
Right. So how did you decide which characters we were going to be playing as directly and which ones were going to be our assists?
Well,
Take that?
yeah, well, every character has an awesome quirk, so the more you play with each character, you kind of get to know and feel how they play within the game, and then it's up to you to choose who you really like. I really like Ochako because, she uses gravity. I can pull her in to, float Cyrus over here up so I can continue my combos.
I'm not gonna let him do it though.
The casual savagery while talking.
I know, right? I was like, maybe we should show them a little bit of the gameplay, and then Randy just came in and started attacking. But it's okay.
So the 2 psychic characters you have are both darkened, but you see a blue meter underneath it, as if you do attacks, the bar grows and then you can summon them?
Exactly, exactly. So there's a lot of management going on in how you want your characters to come out. Right now, I just brought in Bakugo, but now because I just brought him in, it's gonna take a while for him to recharge again.
Yeah, we see these 2 other bars under our fighters are currently out. What are those going to represent and how are we going to use them?
So the one with the 1 is basically like a special meter. So you get 3 quirk specials. So one's a light quirk attack, and then one's a second, which is like a bigger, more powerful quirk. But then it also allows like a cutscene like this.
That's for level 2?
Yeah, level 2. And then third is the entire team comes out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there any special interactions with, if you have Bakugo and Deku together and he's like, "Shut up, Bakugo," or something like that?
Well
Or
played,
Deku, I should
Randy.
say.
Well played. Well played.
Told you, Cyrus.
That was good. That
It's
was
his
good.
birthday. You're
It's a
letting him
2 out of
win,
3.
right?
It's a 2 out of 3, and I don't want him to, be sad on his birthday.
Oh, really?
Generous of you.
I know. I'm such a good friend, right?
So as I was saying before, is there any special interactions between characters that have ties together?
Yeah, so there's also a story mode, which we just announced. With that, you do get some of the cool cutscenes within the show that really let you relive some of the experiences and the relationships between the characters.
Will we be changing up costumes as we go through? And can you tell us any future ones coming?
So there's actually a whole new mode that we just announced, which offers up character customization, where you can put on a bunch of different costumes from different characters onto whichever main character you want to use.
So Deku can wear an All Might costume?
Exactly.
Oh, my heart, no. What about our uniforms? Do they have uniforms?
Are we in there?
Yeah, they're in there.
You guys are focusing so hard on the game.
There's clearly a lot at stake here. So as fans of the games yourself, what has been your most joyous thing to kind of notice that is included here?
I just love seeing the quirks brought to life. Just seeing Deku right here.
Yes.
Like that finger, egg in the
Yeah.
It looks
microwave.
beautiful. And,
Yeah.
and right now, Deku is actually in. Oh, man.
Sorry,
well
Cyrus.
done. Well done. Well
Sorry.
done. That was good. That was good. We'll play again, though. Right now, Deku is actually in full cow mode, which makes his abilities a bit stronger, just like in the show.
I love it. I love it. So when you talk about the abilities getting stronger, we also talk about balance when it comes to fighting games competitive here. Are you more concerned with making this a fun game for the fans of the anime and the manga to play through, or is this also going to have a bit of a competitive side to it?
I mean, you can see just from
Well, from
Randy
you
and
two,
I,
obviously, there's-
we're definitely competitive. There's a lot of fun aspects to this game that make it available for that competition, but we really just want the fans to have fun.
Right.
Well, beyond competition, for me, it's about the story mode. And you said that this is towards the end of the 2nd season. Is that where the story mode takes place, or is it kind of its own unique story?
So that's where the story takes place, and then you get to relive some of the current scenes that's going on right now in season 3. With that, there are some original scenarios in there. We're not going to share too much about that, so we want players to really experience it.
But what we can say is that when you jump into this game, you can play the hero side as well as the villain side. which offers you
For the story?
which
Yeah.
offers you a whole new.
That's legitimate.
Well, the
whole
anime does a
story
really
to
good
jump
job
into.
telling both sides of the
Yeah,
story.
yeah, exactly, and we wanted to showcase that in Once Justice as well.
I'll play All Might.
I'll play All Might. I'll play All Might. How about that?
He's my favorite.
I'll play as Dobby.
Dobby?
I'll play as Dobby.
Okay, okay.
He's pretty cool. He's a fan favorite, honestly. Him and Toga are really well liked by the community.
And we're getting a sneak peek of some of the stages here, but can you give us a little more insight onto, will we be going along with the story as we unlock the story, the stages will become available to fight on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know how it goes.
I'm just sort of making sure for myself
Yeah.
so I can promise myself what's to come. I don't want to get too excited, but I am really interested to see what those new scenarios that you guys are going to be adding, particularly for the game. When you added those in, were those in collaboration with the creators of My Hero? And do they, are they canon? Is that the way to ask it?
I feel like it's something for the fans to experience, but we are working closely with the creators and the series production team.
Is there any instances in the map where you like knock down a wall and go through a mountain, then you end up in another like location?
Not
There's
necessarily,
no
but
scene change.
Okay.
But most, if not everything in the stage is destructible, as you can see when All Might is throwing his quirk back at Dobby.
Why
you
is
can
he
see
blue?
all of these. That's Dobby's quirk.
Right.
Yeah. So
Are
you
these
can see
stages?
all of these trees that are being destroyed, and then they're going to stay destroyed for the entire match.
Yeah, this stage is massive. Can you take us to some of the limits of the... Who's right there?
see.
Let's just run.
I can't just
And we
let
did
you
see
run away,
some
Sarah.
stage interaction. Are we going to be able to get up on the walls to use some of our quirks to
You can
Yeah,
get up
you
on
can.
the walls, yeah.
What was the
Fight those
decision for
vertically.
that?
We just wanted to make it over top, as fun as possible for
Yeah.
the fans.
Going to more of a technical side, there's two sets of combos here. There's auto combos and manual combos. So what are the differences between those, and what do you think players are going to tend to lean towards?
I think it depends on the player itself. So the normal mode is really for the casual fans that just want to kind of experience the quirks, but somebody who wants to get more technical and like kind of chain combos, the manual is the way to go.
Well played, man.
Yeah.
Well played.
See
I love not only are the hits given little comic boofs, but the misses as well. There's a whoosh in there that was
Yeah. It's got
a little bit of a call out.
The comic book feel is also in the story mode as well. You're gonna see when you are playing these episodic scenes, it really showcases it like a comic book.
How difficult, though, was it to turn these quirks into sets of moves and everything?
You know what? It's always a good time trying to create something from a kind of a 2D environment and bringing it to life. But I think the developers did a really great job just bringing everything, the cel-shaded animation here, just
Oh no, I missed! I missed!
to see.
I'm doing it again for the fans.
He has the classic
It's for the
smashes,
fans.
of course.
Oh,
you
no!
got wrecked again!
no Detroit Smash for you.
What other systems aren't we just seeing right now, like obviously, that are in the game that maybe FGC players would want to know about?
So there's a guard break attack, which is pretty cool. As you can see, when Cyrus hits me, he turns like a bright yellow,
Right.
which means it does a lot more damage than usual, and you're able to kind of fight through attacks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, conveying that information visually is a huge help to people who are kind of unfamiliar with those minutia of fighting games.
Yeah.
As I cannot wait for this game to come out. Where can I keep track of it? When's it coming out? And
魂の鼓動かなんつって
ダークシャドウ正すための犠牲だ生かす価値はない好きにはさせねえぞ
遊びましょう
負けるか正義の脆弱さ暴いてやる
僕が
助けるんだつけようか決着を